G'day, and get yourselves ready for the big opening day event on November 12th at 30 Aqua Vista Way, San Francisco. Stop mucking about and dive down under and into the server for more details.
The Whine and Cheese show is a Metaverse and NFT discussion and interview series brought to you by Metaverse Ventures Entertainment and host BEN68 and Morecheese. Warning, the information and opinions within are solely the views of the individuals involved contains content not suitable for anyone.
G'day, and welcome to episode 59 of the Whine and Cheese in the Metaverse show. I'm BEN68 here with my co-host Morecheese. We are recording on Friday the 11th of November for Cheezels, which is Saturday the 12th for me.
Today, we talked all about lots of Upland's amazing shizzle and only Upland's amazing shizzle because we got mother freaking FIFA. We all went on a conversational journey, spitting out all sorts of great info about the amazingness of the partnership.
Absolutely. So get bloody excited, people, for a special, yes, it's all about FIFA and Upland, delivered by a Council of the Elders episode of
The Worst Show Ever.
Whine and Cheese. Time for Whine and Cheese. Whine and Cheese. Time for Whine and Cheese. One is a wanker, one's slinging stumps. One's from Australia, one's from the Bronx. Talking about the Metaverse and NFTs. Interviewing all the real crypto G's.
Hello and welcome to the Whine and Cheese in the Metaverses show. This is episode 59. I'm here with my co-host BEN68, and we have a group of people, a group of friendly, awesome, knowledgeable people with us. We have Dak from URL UCC. We have Costa. He is being incognito for now, but he is a FIFA enthusiast and an expert. And we have Shaktilyn, which is awesome. She has her toes dipped in so many different things, very knowledgeable about the Metaverse space. And this is going to be exciting. Take it away, Ben.
Yes. Well, we're all here, gathered here today to have a bit of a chat about the latest, greatest, biggest news. And I think all of us in the room are pretty pumped up about it. And I'm also pumped up to see version 2 of the Shaq and Dak show, just quietly. So we'll see how that goes. And yes, Costa hit me up on Twitter and we got to chatting there. So interesting to see how that all plays out. Now, Costa, we haven't heard or seen from you yet. Our listeners and watchers probably have seen Dak and Shaq around. Did you just want to give a quick intro of who you are and what you're doing here?
Hi, I'm Costa1. I've been with Upland since November 2021. And I'm originally from Italy and live in London. I've been a big fan of Morecheeese and BEN68 in this show, and that's why I've got all my knowledge. And I think because of the FIFA partnership, that's why I'm here, really. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, Cheezels, is there any sort of Uplandy stuff or any other Metaverse stuff you want to touch on before we get kicked off with this FIFA stuff?
Gosh, so what do you think about Rio being the next opening? I think everybody was excited. They wanted to get over to Qatar and do all that sort of stuff, but they opened up Rio. I don't care. Like, for me, Rio, I like Rio. We have a huge Brazilian community. They're very awesome. They're go-getters. I love seeing their projects. They already made a freaking node in Rio, and it's doing amazing with the little bit of resources because like there wasn't really like when Rio came out, everyone just rushed over there, right? So they managed to do a node, and it's really awesome. So I can't wait to see what's going to happen with the expansion. What do you guys think?
Yeah, well, maybe we can go around the track. Dak, are you heading to Rio to gobble up some more?
I am not.
No. Shaq?
All right.
You're on mute, Shaq. Sorry.
Thank you.
I haven't decided if I'm going yet. The thing that interests me is the question of the, I don't know, the landmark there. It's like a music hall, and it made me wonder if it's a hint or, you know, harbinger of something to do with music coming. It probably isn't, but that's what I'm curious about.
Nice. How about you, Costa? Heading to Rio to get some off?
I think it's a good time to expansion Rio, and I'll tell you why. Because I think it's already been almost minted. So, as you know, with the FIFA partnership, South America is massive in FIFA. So, to open that, if you bring more people in, that's a good thing to do.
Yeah, I think that's the key. Like myself, I'm not going to go over and get more, but I think it's great that it's for all of these new people that are going to onboard now with all this news and stuff. Yeah, to give them an opportunity, I think that's pretty key.
Jack, you wanted to say a little more?
Yeah, I'll catch you off there. Sorry, mate.
No, it was good. Interesting. My instant reaction is no, but Costa1's point about the excitement between Rio and FIFA and so forth is very obvious. And so if you're an investor, I guess investing in Rio is not a bad thing. I just have a lot of other directions pulling me for UPX. So I cannot afford. I guess that's the point, right? I am not going to Rio because I cannot afford to go to Rio.
Yep.
It's a strategy game now. You have to pick and choose. Like for Rio and Porto, I picked Rio because I know, like, if you think of soccer, you think of Brazil, you think of Rio, you think of, you know, where they open. And I was really excited for that, and especially with our community.
And don't forget, you just dropped, what was it, 400K on a bright yellow car?
Yes, 420. I paid taxes on it. I felt bad because he was putting it out in dollars, and I asked him to do UPX, and I'll pay 50K more plus the taxes, and he accepted, which was amazing. He has 2 more, so if anyone's interested after watching this, you know, hit me up and I'll introduce you to the person. I've done many trades with this person, and they're very trustworthy.
Nice. Now, have you raced that car yet?
I have. I did so bad. But it was fun. It was fun to see the different racetracks and the different stuff along the way. I enjoyed myself. I'm excited. And it's yellow.
Cool. All right.
And it looks like a block of cheese.
Yes, it does.
It does. Maybe.
So I will say one other thing. The only reason that I went to Rio originally, and I got some good properties. Mostly I got properties on the Botafogo track that we created there.
Nice.
And so that's what I was very excited about. And then I also picked up 3 properties in, I think, Lepo, one of the exclusive neighborhoods. So I think that's my spend in Rio for now.
Yeah.
It's a good spend.
And maybe it's going off on racing too, like we did have Dak and Shaka in here now with the Creedmoor Spooktacular. Did you want to give us a brief synopsis of what's going on there at the moment, Shaq?
Yeah, well, I'm sure everyone has heard this by now, but in case you haven't, we raised over $5,000 for the Child Mind Institute, which is amazing. Great support from the community. We had so many people dedicate their time to make it happen. Upland Racing League, UPX World and its developers, the Board Uplander Club, and all of their artists. Everyone contributed art, and the Toss Shack. Toss had made a really cool animated spider, which may not appear on the racetrack today, but it will be in the final version, which is available perpetually on level 2. And the Creedmoor Hub. So am I forgetting anyone back? Big list of contributors.
Buck.
Yeah.
Or Uplander Club and Metaverse. I mean, and the thing, there was a total of like 26 different people, and that kind of contributed to this. And when we say we raised over 5,000, no, we raised we delivered over 5,000 in USD to the charity. So after gas fees, after transfer fees and everything else, we were still able to deliver over 5,000. This was all players getting together and creating content that generated real revenue.
And how good was your timing? You transferred that over right before the big red candles kicked into the crypto charts.
Oh
Just
my God.
Days before it dropped to 5 cents.
Yep.
We got it.
Yeah, we would not have hit 5,000 if we waited and did it that Thursday.
We
Absolutely.
really got lucky. Yeah.
Cool.
That's
And probably the other major thing that's happening at the moment is the big vote. Did you want to give us a heads up on what that's all about, Cheese, or just put the call out, make sure you vote?
Yeah,
Well,
can I say one thing?
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Before we change the subject, the final race is happening today on Twitch at 3 o'clock.
3 o'clock. 3 o'clock ET.
3 o'clock Pacific.
All right, so that'll be for me because I'm Mountain, and then 5 ET.
That'll be after this.
6 ET.
It'll be,
all right.
Be
So
before this goes live.
3 hours from now. Yeah.
3 hours
Okay.
from now. All right, cool.
All right.
I'll catch that definitely. For the vote, yes, vote no matter what. If you want it, if you don't, I voted yes. I don't want to kind of I know like being a broadcaster, it's hard. Like you have to kind of give the news without pushing your opinion on it. But if you want my opinion, like I'm really happy to kind of talk you through it, how I see it. I asked a question in the town hall, and I would like to have more numbers as a safety net. But other than that, I think my desire to not have to print any more UPICs will surpass that for now, and I'll put my trust in a team, and we have a good amount of it as long as the community pool is safe and doesn't get touched, which they assured us that it would be safe and wouldn't get touched. I'm more for allowing them to, go to that coffer instead of print more UPICs, which we don't really need to do, especially since we have all that money in the community pool. Dak, you have anything to say on that?
Oh, I do. So we were doing Speculation Fridays in the Upland Cafe. And I asked a question about and there was a lot of good different back and forth and whether yes or no and everything. And then I said, okay, now here's what I did and why. I voted yes. And the reason I voted yes kind of will connect to what we're going to talk about today, FIFA, right? FIFA is exposing Upland to massive market visualization. Those are the kinds of things that get companies bought out. And I said to the team, to the cafe, so would you rather our revenue stream be controlled by the community, or would you rather it be controlled by new owners that we have no clue what their intentions are going to be? And when you look at it that way, it almost becomes a rhetorical question. So that's my very short, simple, sweet, direct.
And I do think you have something there. Like I'll just leave it at that. But Shaq, you want to add to this?
Having met Dirk in person on a couple of different occasions and speaking with him and just reading his book and just understanding in maybe a female thing, intuitively, my sense about Dirk is that the economy that he created for Upland, it's his baby. And he's the one who is a trained economist. He understands things about economies that I don't begin to understand. It's a very complex science. And I know that I don't understand it. And I know intuitively from Dirk that he wants what's best. This is his baby. He wants it to succeed. There's a personal pride in it. I mean, so if the economist who created this economy believes this is the best thing. I believe him. I vote yes.
Costa, what about you?
So I'm for yes, and I'm going to try to just get it into words that I've been thinking. For somebody that created the metaverse before anybody even knew the word metaverse, it wasn't even mentioned. And for that same person, Dirk and Aiden, to go on a live chat against everybody, what game does their CEOs go on a live chat and confront questions? For me, that's a yes.
Yeah, it's a very good point. Absolutely. I was happy to see that they put 3 options in there. I think they had a lot of feedback on that. So I thought that was good of them to do that. So that was good. All right, shall we dive into the meat and potatoes? We're going to go on a bit of a journey here. Like, we do know that Upland has signed a partnership deal with FIFA, but how did we get here? So I found this little article here. FIFA is working on blockchain games after splitting with Electronic Arts. Now, geez, you're the gamer. EA, that's a pretty big name in the gaming industry.
Yes, it is. I actually have Electronic Arts on like the app on my computer to play games through. That's pretty crazy that they were with them. And why are they splitting from Electronic Arts?
Yeah, well, that isn't all of the main soccer games that you can play on Xbox and all that. Isn't that through EA? They're all EA titles.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
EA has
EA.
Yeah,
That's
it has
incredible.
the FIFA. It has they also have the Madden games, the NFL. I mean, EA has really built and actually bought out like the Y2K series that was in the old days with the sports games. They actually went out of their way to buy out sports franchising licensing.
There you go. There's a subheading for your Cheese.
Don't throw it to me. Just take it away. You got it.
Okay. This is the gaming equivalent of going through multiple one-night stands to get over a long-term and very healthy relationship. Ouch. So let's see what this is all about, eh? So if you've ever wondered what happens when two parties break up following a lucrative and long-term relationship, all you need to do is look at what FIFA is doing right now. So blah, blah,
So
blah,
this
blah.
continues the conversation of gamers versus NFTs, doesn't it?
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
That's what I was saying earlier before.
Yeah.
Trying to say earlier before.
That says it all. Yeah.
Well, say it now, Morecheeese.
Well, yeah, no, people like there are people who know and understand NFTs, and there are people who have extreme hate for it because they're ignorant to what it means, what it means for the future and gaming. I think Reddit had it good when they tricked people into getting NFTs without even knowing they were getting NFTs. Like,
yes.
Maybe FIFA should have done that. Maybe it's better that it's straightforward. I don't know. We'll find out. But these people have no choice in the matter who are fudding on it because they're just going to have to adapt and evolve eventually.
Is there a two-way element here too? Now, I believe there is some unassociated FUD with FIFA. Does anybody know what that's about? There's a lot of people saying, oh, there's something bad going on, like, what do you call it? Not rage quitting, cancelling FIFA for some reason.
Yeah. Do you want me to talk about that? Or?
Yeah, if you can just give us a quick overview of what that FUD's all about.
So since 2011, FIFA's been under some massive scandals in terms of like big any corporation, and it got out of hand. And just, I mean, the scandals were massive. They got a lot of people arrested, and hopefully now it's clean up. So they sold themselves out to the Russia World Cup and to Qatar World Cup. There's evidence that they did that, but you know, there's big FBI investigation got involved and all of that. But what I can say, that's a sort of like any corporation, like countries or there's always some corruption.
Yeah.
The thing is, you have to deal with that. But the main thing is that you're bringing together this World Cup event every 4 years, and you're bringing in teams from 32 teams from around the world.
Yeah, it's the same with the Olympics and all that
side.
sort of stuff. Yeah,
and
any sort of any sort of big event like that, it's always not what you know, it's who you know. Money under the table. That's human nature, I think. You know. All right, let's get back to this article. It says, after Electronic Arts finally had enough with FIFA's wild demands and walked away from a 3-decade-old franchise. So, yeah, there you go. It is kind of goes from both ends. FIFA is busy trying to pretend it's all good when it's not. Oh, so this is interesting. We're going to start off with kind of some FUD, and then we're going to work our way out of the slime. FIFA is going through a rough patch right now as it tries to prove that it can live without EA by launching a range of new Web3 games ahead of FIFA World Cup Qatar 2022, which is a tone deaf of a statement as any can make in the video game industry. Wow. All right, someone want to take that away?
Well.
First up,
talk about tone deaf.
Roblox.
First up is a Roblox tie-in, followed by a AI League FIFA World Cup Qatar 2022 edition, which FIFA describes as a 4-on-4 casual football game played between AI-controlled characters with player input at fun and tactical moments. The third one is FIFA World Cup Qatar 2022 in the Upland Metaverse, which lets its players buy and sell virtual properties. Finally, the fourth and fifth ones are Matchday Challenge FIFA World Cup Qatar 2022 edition and FIFA World Cup Qatar 2022 on Figutel, respectively.
Bless you.
Figutel.
Yes, we're being honest.
Ben
It
let
feels like a
Morecheeese do
prank.
that one. Ben is like, Morecheese, you take that.
Yeah, you take that one, Morecheese.
So this is quite funny, and this is basically coming from the angle like that whole Web3 NFTs. It's a joke kind of thing. So I think this is a good foundation for us to build off on. All right,
and like this next paragraph right here, you could tell that this person, this article writer, has no idea what they're talking about. There's plenty of reasons to believe why this will all flop. For one, FIFA doesn't know what they're doing. Like, just to say something so aggressive like that, and then just stop. Like,
here we
that's
go,
kind of stupid. More importantly, the gaming industry is so here we go, right here is averse to NFTs and cryptocurrency as a whole. Like, you have no choice, buddy. You either do it or you get left in the corner with baby.
Yep. Absolutely.
I know, I was looking at Dak when I said that.
Oh. The entire world has a pretty negative view of NFTs right now, and the crypto industry isn't in the best shape. You can't help but feel for EA Sports for suffering through what we can only presume is a toxic relationship for decades, as it constantly dealt with a delusional company that genuinely believes that it can get away with stuff like this.
It's a good thing that Upland isn't crypto, right? It's a good thing that our UpX is not on the chain, right?
Absolutely.
There's just so much to unpack in this article, but it is very representative of the gaming industry right now. I tried to get a friend of mine to come in because he actually teaches esports financial management or business management. And so he's been in the EA Sports Leagues stuff and all that. And he's also involved in
alert from calendar. UPX World Moderator.
Sorry.
The robots are taking over.
Valentine, I'm good with you.
Fine, okay. But as you said, and I think you're right, Morecheeese, either you move forward or you're falling behind. And if you're falling behind, you're dead.
You're dead. Yes. Get out of here.
And what's going to be funny is this author, when he finds out that EA is also going to be doing NFTs themselves, what are they going to say?
Yeah, painted yourself into a corner. Absolutely. All right. So from that article, what we can take away is that EA Sports and FIFA have had a very nasty, messy breakup. Okay. FIFA has moved on. And yeah, that's what we're going to dive into next. So
can I say something about the Upland FIFA?
Absolutely, mate.
So I just want to say, you know, for Upland to get this partnership with FIFA had so many competitors around it, which was probably Dapper Lab, So Rare, which is another company that does NFTs. So Upland had to sort. I'm not sure how they got this deal. I'm just quickly going to go through the world views of the biggest sports in the world. So I've got a list with me because I can't remember them. Example, tennis is 700 million. Hockey is 1.3 billion. Volleyball is 900 million. Rugby World Cup, 850 million. Cricket, 1.6 billion. NFL, Super Bowl, 100 million in the US. Now, I'm not sure if that's all worldwide, but in FIFA 2018, world views were 3.5 billion.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's half the earth.
Now, they're expecting FIFA 22, and this is only, I just Googled FIFA views 2022. They've reckoned this will reach 5 billion. Because probably in the last 4 years, but don't get my word on this because I don't like to say things. Oh, Ben, you like Formula One?
Yes.
Formula One, 445 million views.
Yeah.
Remember, World Cup is only 1 month every 4 years.
Wow.
So what happened is Upland got onto this deal, and I do sound like I work for Upland. I do say Upland has not paid me. I've not sent any invoices. I just understand FIFA. I'm from Europe.
Corruption.
Shut up.
I just understand what FIFA deal is. And I just want to say, I'm not sure how they got this deal, honestly.
It's massive.
Great deal.
So,
yeah, it's huge.
All right, let's have a look, shall we? So the next one I've got here, which goes into that a bit more. I hate when it does this. Loading. So FIFA licenses multiple Web3 NFT games for the World Cup. So yeah, they've had their breakup with EA and they're moving on up.
Oh no, is this the one I sent you?
Yes.
This is another FUD one. This is one.
Is it?
Yes. This
All right. Well,
hates NFTs.
Well, we are the Whine and Cheese show. We're not afraid to dive into the muck.
All right. So all right. So blah, 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 blah. Let's go to the third paragraph there. The second game is Upland, a blockchain-based metaverse for buying and selling virtual properties. Upland has now introduced FIFA World Cup digital assets and collectibles. Upland's offering of digital collectibles appears to compete with FIFA Plus Collect on the official website, developed in conjunction with official blockchain partner Algorand.
Okay.
Ooh.
Algorand. Oh, wow.
While both Upland and the FIFA Plus collection offerings involve non-fungible tokens, NFTs, FIFA has avoided using the NFT terminology because they're smart, partly because crypto is considered niche and because some perceive NFTs as scams. Well, some of them are scams, but not if it's part of like a huge company like Upland. The announcement also mentions 2 games where the website have yet to, oh great, there's that word again, yet to launch fully. Fagutikufu enables fans to co-create a digital reward using augmented reality. Fans can own a limited fragment of an augmented Golden Globe football, with a chosen picture or video moment from the World Cup. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So as you said, blah, 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 blah. Here we got in quotes. It's just blah, blah here. As we continue to build our gaming strategy long into the future, it's certain that Web3 will have an important role to play, and this marks the start of our journey. So that was quoted from Romy Guy, the CBO of FIFA. The introduction of Web3 games for FIFA is important in more ways than one, considering that these blockchain games are FIFA's first initiative since the end of its long-term partnership with EA, which we touched on. In fact, the fantasy games available on the FIFA Plays and Mirror, the successful Ultimate Team game in the FIFA 2022 video game, yada, yada, yada. So it kind of started off funny, but then it kind of mentioned some good stuff. So
yeah.
Like everything we've talked about on this show for what are we now? 59 episodes has all been that this is the direction everything's heading.
Mm-hmm.
Like obviously we don't know. Perhaps EA wasn't willing to get on board with Web3 and NFTs or that sort of stuff. And FIFA, maybe there's some people in there that wanted to get onto it. So perhaps that's part of it. Dak?
I just think that it's interesting because I was having a conversation, and it might have been with Morecheeese, it might have been with my friend that does the games and stuff. But we were talking about, I really wish I remember who it was. It's probably Morecheeese. That if games changed it and talked about not NFTs, but digital asset ownership, people would be like, oh, okay, yeah, I own my rifle. I own my this and that. They probably would not have an issue with it because they want to own their digital assets, right?
Exactly.
I want to be able to take my asset and sell it in a marketplace. They do that in other games. They have different ways of doing it. It's just that they don't understand that this digital asset ownership actually has public ledger transaction management. And that's the piece that they're missing, is that this has a public ledger that actually creates more security and more transparency into that digital asset ownership.
Yeah, like you're the owner. Like you could do whatever you want with that. You could sell it, you could rent it, you could do whatever you want. You don't have to worry about copyright infringement. You can, like, instead of it just being a really cool item that you put on yourself like a hat, you can actually, give it utility. It's yours. Make money off of it, etc.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well, it also speaks to layer 2, like Shaq, with the opportunities. I believe you're involved with is it the 1111 thing that's going on? Like,
yeah, the 1111 gallery, which launches today. And so, they create a game out of art where artists participate or compete in a gallery, and your work is showcased and then it sells, and then there's perpetual revenue of some percentage perpetually.
And that hands over to Dak with that perpetually word, and then we'll head to you, Costa.
Well, and I mean, I think that I've been starting to talk a lot more, and not just in here, but in like IRL nonprofit conversations around the concept of perpetual good in the metaverse, and using play to earn games as a great revenue growth opportunity. I mean, the 5,000 we raised with the Creedmoor Halloween Race Spectacular is an example of these communities can actually be great sources of funding for individuals, for organizations, and for businesses.
And also personal growth, like Costa's talking about how this is going to push out to 5 billion people. Well, a lot of the developing world, they have a smartphone, they have internet connection. So if we can empower even a tiny percentage of that to, start to play to earn, that's, the ramifications could be massive.
Well, I mean, microloans is a massive program, right? There's been a lot of different NGOs and everything that have focused on microloans for individuals so that they can actually improve their life and so forth. Well, those microloans are like $50. You can make $50 in Upland in a month.
Absolutely. Costa?
I wish I could get back my £300 that I paid for Fortnite skins.
There you go.
There you go.
But one very simple thing. EA equals BlackBerry phone. Just in that phrase. That's for me.
Yeah. Time to move on. Absolutely. Yeah. All right. Speaking of moving on. So now this is where we start to dive into more crypto related news. So this is on cointelegraph.com news. So Metaverse community with 3 million users adds utility with FIFA World Cup 2022 collaboration. Now, we've been talking, Chief and I have been talking for ages, like, why is Upland getting no shine? Clearly we're the biggest daily user base metaverse that's out there. This is the start of what I believe is going to change all of that. So community-driven Metaverse solidifies its project by collaborating with the biggest worldwide sporting competition that unites countries and people.
That's cool. Like I love how Cointelegraph. I love how we're having all these new articles on Upland.
Yeah.
Metaverse definitions are widely disputed, so it's not surprising that most of the world is confused. Is there just one digital world, or are there many? There's many. Will the metaverse supplement the real world, or will it be the physical world supplementing the digital one? Unfortunately, despite so many questions circulating the metaverse, looking at the current landscape of projects going live will provide a few answers.
Yeah, there's an important point there too, is like, we got to think of all these new users that are going to come in. Like if this was some kind of if Upland was like selling fantasy real estate, that'd be a whole different layer of things that you need to get your head around. But Upland is mapped to the real world, and I think that's going to have a significant strength as far as onboarding new people. Like I think Costa might have mentioned it before we press record. Like, I've learned a lot of American geography and that sort of stuff just by playing the Upland game. Yeah, sure, I know, I've heard of New York, I've heard of San Francisco, but as far as the nitty-gritty of what it is, I had no idea. So I think that because it's mapped to the real world, it's a good bridge.
I agree. Even with San Francisco, I've never been to San Francisco. And I'm just like, oh, this is pretty cool. Like I would go. I went to Boston just by playing Fallout 4. So this is going to make me travel all the more.
Yep. Well, yeah, you're talking about obviously Upland's going to expand into lots of different cities around the world. So, I think it's going to be a while before we get to Australia, but I can imagine my excitement if they were going to release the Gold Coast. I'd be super pumped. So.
Yeah.
I got to tell you, I was extremely excited when they released Queens, and I bought the house I grew up in. It's not worth anything, but it's mine.
Yeah.
I feel the same way about the Bronx. I got my childhood house.
I know. How about you, Shaq? You got a take on that side of things?
Sorry, I got distracted.
You sound like
I've got
cheese.
one thing to say, just one little.
All right. Take it away, Costa.
So for me is Meta, Mark Zuckerberg. If he would have made this deal with FIFA, can you imagine? And I think he should have.
Thank God he did it. Thank God he did it.
If you think about the Metaverse, he should have made the deal. His people at Facebook didn't think about that.
Well, they don't have the structure. They don't have anything.
Done. I will jump in and say they've made deals with 3 others. It doesn't mean that it's locked out. And if you notice, they made deals with smaller. Now they could say, hey, we have all these deals. Meta, how about $1 billion partnership?
Ooh.
Nice. Yes.
Okay.
So and just to get you up to speed, Shaq, I was just we got onto that by, I was mentioning how, because Upland's tied to the real world, it could be an easier bridge to onboard new users who have no idea about the space.
Oh yeah, I agree with that. That's why when we found out that Upland was going international, I was excited. And when I heard about the FIFA partnership, I was excited. Why? It's not because I love soccer.
Yep.
It's because it means growth. It means eyes on us. It means people joining from all over the world. That's what excites me.
Yeah, and this, you think about how much the community has done and how small it is relatively now, like all of the stuff that's happening with Layer 2 or even like community projects and that sort of stuff. Well, there's so many other brains with so many other big ideas, like they're going to come on board and, there is quite a steep learning curve to get up to speed with what Upland is and all that. But you can imagine the brainstorming or brain farting, as I call it, that's going to come out of that.
Absolutely.
All right, Cheesy.
Well, I think Costa wanted to say
Morecheeese.
something.
No, go Morecheeese.
Oh, no. I was just going to say back to you, Costa.
Oh, thank you. So I was going to get hit. No, I can't believe I'm here anyway. Anyway, I think the future of Upland is bright. Just think as a percentage, how many people out of the 3.5 billion are going to join Upland?
Well,
that's something to
No,
think
we
about.
had fun with that.
mm,
If 0.1%,
0.01,
yeah,
0.
I mean,
But you know what's happening now? Because when I started Upland, there were so many great people there, like Radishhead, Loyal Doyle, Ben Henry, John Henry, SSTG. They were teaching me how to play. They were going through analytics, and Ben and Morecheeese as well. So this was all like so much positive news. So the more positive news is out there, these 3.5 billion people are going to come in. This is great.
yeah.
But if people are negative and complain, it's not going to get anywhere.
It doesn't seem to last, though, that kind of negativity. I've been playing Upland now for, almost 3 years, and we've been through so many waves of negativity. You're always going to get that. I'm surprised it hasn't been worse or that sort of stuff. But the unfortunate thing for the Fudsters is that and I've been a whiner, hence the name of this show, for a long time
you
too.
Have as well, yeah. No, but in the right way, you need to be like,
yeah. But the team, and Cheese has mentioned this just recently too. The team is delivering on their promises. I don't know, Cheese, did you want to add to that?
I mean, they are. For the last few months, we've been they've been putting out stuff every week about, and I noticed the only people who are crying or making a fuss are the people who want to get out of the game, the people who have been banned for whatever reason because they don't know how to act, the people who want to just get some attention and they see some people that'll follow them. Like, people, this is your investment. If you put money into this game and you're serious about it, look to your left and your right. Make sure you know who you're hanging out with. Don't let anybody talk your investment down. Don't let anybody ruin any future passions you may have had about the game. Go your own way. Figure out what you want to do in a game. Make your footing. This is a big opportunity. We're pioneers. We're founders almost. Like, we are in this from the start, and we're going to be the ones that make out the most. Don't ruin this opportunity just because someone next to you says, hey, this sucks. You should join my horse and pony show. You know,
yeah,
like, think.
It's quite a sales tactic. Imagine trying to sell a used car and you get the person in and you say, yeah, the engine's fucked, that needs new brakes, new tires, the paint's shit, it's got a horrible smell in there, $5,000, yours. It's just madness.
Can I say something about that? So I've been annoyed with Upland. It's like I have been annoyed. I used to sell probably 7 houses a day, and now I have to wait like 3 days to sell a house. It's true. But and NFLPA, they said they were going to do the replicas, autographs. Now I know why, and I did say we're delaying this to January 2023, because when you have a deal with FIFA, which is worth 3.5 billion, you get all your stuff, drop everything. Yep. Think about this deal. Remember, this deal is only 1 month every 4 years. When this ends in December, mid-December, the focus will be NFLPA.
Yeah,
World Cup is gone for 4 years.
Yep,
that's it.
It's a good point. Now, there is another interesting point in this article too. I'll bring it back up again. So it says here, while initial excitement is good, excitement doesn't build and sustain long-lasting communities. Instead, long-lasting communities are built out of the true value and strong connections. With this in mind, the projects showing the most potential are the ones that recognise the metaverse uncertainty as a real opportunity to educate the public, yada, yada, yada. Well, Upland is completely built on established, communities.
We have one of the best.
Read the first sentence of the next paragraph.
Upland is one project that recognises the metaverse and the ongoing opportunity for educating and building real communities. It is one of the largest virtual property strategy games that is mapped to the real world. Yeah, absolutely. Go, Cheese.
Oh, and Upland fans learn how to participate and contribute to its virtual community-driven environment, in addition to showing its players a new world of gaming. with engaging real estate gameplay. Like that right there, virtual community-driven environment is exactly what I was saying. We are the controllers, like people like Dak, people like Shaq, like people like Ben and I. We're putting people like so many others out there that are creating like creating like stuff to put out there for people to, you know, interact with. Like seriously, like if you have an idea, just start working on it.
Yeah, I think one of the really strong points is Upland is built on the communities, but we've got to an interesting point, and we've touched on this before too. Like if Upland was to fail as a business, the communities that we are building are big enough and established enough that those communities wouldn't die. We would adapt and evolve together. And, you know, we've already seen this with Layer 2. Like you're essentially moving on to other projects and this, that, and the other thing. So, yeah, we're not tied to a marriage that's, you know, I don't know how to word it. We're not, you know, we're not beholden to Upland. We enjoy it. We you know, we're engaged in it, but it's not the be all and end all. So yeah, but it goes back to that whole Mark Cuban thing, like buying virtual property is stupid because there's no communities. Dak, you want to speak to that?
No, I was just about to say, you know, bring up that reference. I mean, it just keeps going back to the same thing over and over, right? Why does it work? On LinkedIn, we started a conversation about micro communities in the nonprofit sector and why decentralized social engagement might actually be a good thing. It's because of the community. It's because of the engagement models that it creates. And you're able to do that in Discord. You're able to do that through this decentralized type of model that is very appealing to community-driven individuals. And when you have community engagement models, and you know, I'm a huge proponent of community engagement and community economic models.
Yeah.
And when you do something like that, oh, go ahead.
Sorry, I interrupted.
No, go ahead.
So I've been always seeing the show with Ben and Cheese, and one thing that Ben was always saying is like, we never get any press. We never get any press. We never get any press. Well, if you put now FIFA and Upland, like, I mean, Business Insider, all the everybody, Sandbox and Decentraland are now going, what the hell is going on? Now, that's my point.
Yeah, and Morecheeese, what did we talk about yesterday?
Give me a little more than that. We talked about a lot.
Yeah, I can read your mind.
Meetings together.
Yeah,
right. No, she's like, I want you to be positive about this, right? And I'm like,
oh, okay. One
of the biggest things is, as a community, we've always talked about what you just said, Costa1, that Upland is the biggest one, yet somehow we, you know, Sandbox and Decentraland are the ones that keep getting talked about. Why? Like,
not this time.
Upland needs to step up their marketing game. Well, I told Cheese, I go, it's almost like we went from crawling to rocket ship.
Yeah, it was like me and the Upland General. People write articles, put out some articles, like we need more stuff out there. And now everywhere I look, it's Upland, and I love it.
I think oh, sorry. No, go. No, please go.
Oh, we didn't say Bloomberg. I want to say the word Bloomberg.
Nice, yeah.
Forbes.
Yep.
So what I'm saying is Upland got the deal with FIFA because of the deal with NFLPA. That helped them. So we've had the contract with them. This is how we're doing it. What will happen now?
Will help too.
Yeah, that was a build up to that. What will happen now is all these big companies will be looking, what's Upland? Why they've made the deal with all the marketing people, all the financial experts will go, what's Upland? So you get like brands like Gucci, Ford, GM. You don't know who Upland is talking to at the moment.
McDonald's.
They're talking to like some big brands at the moment.
Yeah, I was a kind of a bit of a fudster when the whole NFLPA deal came out. But what that did show, and you're right, Costa, that showed the world a minimum viable product of, you know, the potential that's there. So there's just one more point I'd like to touch on with that whole community aspect. I think Shaq's a very good example, who's somebody who came in to the Upland space, and then like Shaktilyn's like the other person I always think of is Coop, where they've come into the space and then you've just got your fingers in all the pies. Can you speak to some of the plates you're spinning, Shaq, as far as community engagement goes?
Oh, well, gosh.
How much time do we have? There's a lot.
Can I then talk about something about FIFA, but quite
afterwards?
lighthearted? Afterwards.
Well, I was just, you know, I started playing Upland, and then I went to Vegas and was really struck by the beauty of the community. Here's all these big names that when you're new to Upland and you see that, like, thank me later in TM, and, you know, BEN and Morecheeese, etc., own most of San Francisco. And the next thing you know, you're standing in a room with these people, the people you see on YouTube and the people that seem to own everything, and you get to know them. They're great people. They're friendly people. They are people with ideas and projects and plans. And it really took me out of my little hole that I had been living in, you know, just in one Discord server, building one node, thinking, oh, I'm like, this is a huge, beautiful community. And I emerged from Vegas wanting to connect with the Upland community. So, you know, I'm building together with a leadership team of, you know, Robzilla and BS86 and K Saucy and Swedish Mogul. We're working on Creedmoor, but then we're also involved with the Upland Racing League and DAC because we want to have a racing team. And then we're working with Upix World to bring all of our dreams onto layer 2. And then, you know, I'm with Voodoo and Portage Park and the Real Node LA. And
the networking is crazy.
And I think I counted 25 different node projects that I'm part of, and I can't name them all right now. And then I'm working with Tosshead, with the Toss Shack design team, where we're creating for Upix World, for layer 2 experiences. I'm helping people with their meta ventures on Decor, and working with Creedmoor. Yeah, I'm just sort of everywhere, but for me, that's the goal, and that's the point, is that we are one. I really recommend people not to hide in their little hole, but get out there, because together we can do great things.
Agree.
Yeah, that's the ultimate strength of the community, I believe, like for Upland. Absolutely. All right, Costa, what did you have for us?
I've got what I've seen is because I've got some marketing background. Part of my Upland deal, because they're paying me, I need to give credit to X1 Gamer. X1 Gamer never really gets wicked, but he's really done a good job in creating it, and he needs a lot of credit. X1 Gamer. The other thing I want to go back to FIFA is, do any of you guys know who Cristiano Ronaldo is?
Yep.
Yes.
Cristiano. So
yes,
Cristiano Ronaldo is probably the most famous footballer in the world, probably equivalent of Tom Brady. The other ones is Neymar, Harry Kane, Kevin De Bruyne, Messi, Lionel Messi, Argentina. So I think what Upland is going to do with FIFA is going to create some games or something. Remember, there's 8 groups or 4 groups each. Can you see this?
Not really, no.
Oh, sorry. So there's 8 groups. The first 2 qualify. There's Australia there as well. Ben, you're within France, and Denmark, Tunisia. So I think this build brings in everybody from around the world. And the usual suspects always win: Argentina, No, France, Germany, Italy's not there. I won't talk about that. Spain, England, Portugal. There's about 6 teams that have got a chance to win the World Cup. If another team wins, there's.
I think that's a good segue to where we're going to head next. Is so okay. It's all well and good. We have this partnership. We know it's a good thing. The community's here. We're ready to build and adapt and run with it. But what does it ultimately all mean? This article does touch onto it a little bit. So introducing real world utility. So in conjunction with the live event, Upland is inviting fans to begin their metaverse journey. And that's important to say, they begin their metaverse journey by purchasing and exchanging digital homes, each of which is based on real world addresses that consist of one of 22 available cities, yada, yada, yada. So that heads on over to the Rio expansion, which I think is this one. So yeah, and we mentioned this before, like a lot of people, as soon as we heard that Rio is expanding again, everyone's throwing their arms up in the air like, what the hell? We've already had like 2 expansions, but it makes perfect sense to me. Like we're going to get all these new users onboarding. So yeah, they're going to be able to get a taste of this hopefully before all of the main stuff kicks in. So there are going to be opportunities for new users to get on board and get those entry level properties. You know, although 26,500 properties available, I don't think that's going to last long.
No. And remember my prophecy, Ben, when I said something big was going to come to bring in like millions and millions of people. So that was my prophecy. Yes. Now,
there's kind of 2 angles here. Like I'm somebody who's well entrenched in the game. You know, I have because of how established I am in Upland, I have the funds available. I could head on over to Rio and do a whole bunch of damage, gobbling up all the non-FSA properties. But I'm taking the opposite direction here, which I don't know, you might consider that the high road or the low road. I don't know which way you want to go, but I'm just purposely sitting this out so there are more opportunities for new people to get involved. I hope a lot of the OG community or the established community does similar.
Yeah.
Like give it room to breathe, give it room to grow and be its own thing. So
I agree.
So that's not financial advice. That's I don't know, ethical advice. There you go. Where am I? This one. Yeah. So blah, 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 blah. Just demonstrating a strong connection to the sports community is only part of the value that the platform hopes to gain, meaning Upland. In addition to displaying items, fans are also allowed to establish shops on Metaverse domains. So that's talking about Metaverses, where they can sell assets that they have purchased and collected or, as we know now, created. So yeah, I think this is good. It mentions collectibles there. I think this next, oh, hang on. There's a subheading there. I like the look of that subheading.
The start of a legacy. Ooh.
Take it away, Cheese.
Upland invites new users to join its current community of 3 million users to explore FIFA World Cup fandom in a virtual metaverse experience, unlike anything the world has ever seen. Uplanders will be able to buy, sell, and trade FIFA-branded NFT collectibles like spotlights that are linked to videos of key players and mementos that are linked to the stats of individual games. That's cool.
Yes. And going back to what we were saying about Sandbox and Decentraland and even Meta, they are all, as far as I'm aware, they're all predominantly web-based, where Upland has always been mobile first. So and when you're talking about developing countries that, you know, they might not have a laptop computer, but they have a smartphone. And that's massive as far as I'm concerned.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's get on to this next one. So this is from, again, this is another crypto article, cryptodaily.co.uk. So there you go. So Upland signs multi-year partnership with FIFA. So yeah, a lot of this will be the same. FIFA and Upland have agreed a multi-year partnership beginning with the 2020 World Cup in Qatar. So we've already mentioned what that is. The agreement will allow the Upland community, together with football fans worldwide, here we go. So we're going to dive into it now, to collect FIFA digital assets, which now will also include video highlights from the games. Now, we saw what we saw what video highlights did for the NBA and what was the name of that, Dak? That whole thing. Do you remember what the name was?
Hot Shots.
Hot
NBA
Shots.
Hot
Yes.
Shot,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Look at
those are valuable collectibles.
Ooh, big money. Yeah.
Like the final goal of the winning World Cup goal.
Oh, you can imagine.
Oh, dude, I want that one.
That one.
That's going to be worth
the number
Moolah.
one, of course, because they will do number 1 to. It's a bit like block explorers, so it goes down.
Those I think are going to be more like mementos, and they'll probably be like a one of one.
Yeah.
I think this is. Oh, sorry, Costa. Finish your thought.
No, it could be 1-on-1s, or they could do like Hot Shot does various numbers, but I don't know.
Yeah, so this kind of goes back to where we're talking about onboarding new users. Like, what did you say? Cost of 5 billion?
Well,
5 billion potential people.
I just googled FIFA World Cup 22 viewers, and it said potentially could have 5 billion views, but it was just the first article that I saw on Google.
Yeah,
so I didn't do extra research.
So those eyeballs, they probably have some interest in soccer, like Dak talked about. Even if we only capture a small percentage of those that actually follow through to see, okay, what's this Upland thing is about. And we've talked about how Upland is uniquely placed, being that it's mobile first, being that it's mapped to the real world. So the onboarding, even though there's a lot to learn, it's a pretty soft onboarding as far as getting your head around at least the concept of what it is. So yeah, educating fans on the possibilities of Web3. So there may be a vast swathes of that user base that doesn't even know what Web3 is. So this is kind of a soft onboarding. So it's one of the main thrusts of the partnership. A broad range of activities will be hosted on the Upland platform to this end and will take place as tournaments happen. The activities will educate the fans. So it'll be educating fans that aren't aware of soccer, but they're aware of Upland. It'll be go both directions. Dak?
Imagine Upland doubling its user base in the next 3 months. Because that is actually very, very feasible now.
Cheese, you got to go like this. You got to hold your stacks.
I'm remembering a conversation Dak had before when Dak was like, can we handle it? And hopefully we can, because it's going to be huge, like Dak said. Yeah. I think it's going to be a lot. It's going to go from what we are now to holy shit.
Yes, and it's going to go there quick. And yeah, I have my concerns about that too, because think of just the Halloween events that we had. Like, everybody put their Halloween ornaments up. I could not load Midtown Terrace. It just flash crashed nonstop, which was quite a kerfuffle, because as items that we were manufacturing in our factory had to be moved over to the showroom that's in Midtown Terrace, you have to place those items. But I had to turn off displaying 3D items, so because otherwise the game would just flash crash.
But make sure you specify that you're doing all this on the phone.
Yeah, this is on the phone.
Had
absolutely.
No troubles on the computer, but they do, like, if they want this to be a phone game, a phone interaction, they really do need to straighten that out.
Now they
just
haven't.
Sorry, I was just going to say, put what Ben was talking about and what you're talking about. If the majority of these 3 million users that we could potentially see coming in are mobile first, and we don't have mobile figured out, what does that mean?
Well, no, I'm agreeing with that, but I'm also saying they need to work on that, but I just want to make sure people don't think he's referring to desktop.
No, but I have some good news. Upland hasn't announced this. Oh, I just got 0.02 Spark. Nice for my daily login.
Okay, cool. Congratulations.
Upland hasn't announced anything related to this, although I am seeing now that's no. Because I did notice last night when I was doing some stuff that it suddenly wasn't flash crashing. But now that I look, it's because the Halloween ornaments have been taken down. That explains it. So, yes, if we have 3 million user base and it can't load the ornaments, well, what about when we have 30 million? So it's definitely something to be concerned with, but hopefully Upland can figure it out on the back end.
The good news is, with that many players coming in and everything else happening, they'll find money out of the blue all of a sudden.
And it's not going to be just me whinging about the time zones anymore.
Look at his face. He's so happy with himself.
Yes. Get off your 8 a.m. PT streak. Yes.
I would personally love that. I'm a night person, so I'd rather be waking up at 12 a.m., 1 a.m.
Yeah. And it's probably going to be careful what you wish for. They'll change it and I'll be like, damn it, I'm at work. I can't do it. So, yeah, the funny one.
That's
all
what
right, let's dive
all the time.
Yeah. Let's dive back into here and see what it goes on to say. Collections. A replica of the 80,000-seat Lusail Stadium in Qatar will be added to the Upland Metaverse, which is being constructed now. This will include a FIFA-branded village, shops, and showrooms, which fans will be able to visit in Upland. Cheese?
All right, so remember my prediction? We don't look at these articles when we find them. He doesn't show me and I don't read them, but scroll up again. Oh, it's right there. So the village, shops, and showrooms. So I was saying the last few nights in the Upland Cafe that I don't think Lusail is going to be mintable by the public. I think it's going to be a private minting from FIFA themselves, and it's going to be kind of like a FIFA village where you can go and interact with level 2 and have shops and showrooms and things to interact with. Because if you look at it, it's like a desert. It's pretty empty. You have the stuff around it, but the actual area right there. So I actually have a 50 UPX bet with Kenny. Knows the one who won the
nice.
the decor piece, and he thinks it's going to be mintable by the public, but I'm thinking there's going to be only private.
I thought it explicitly said in the literature that it will not be mintable.
Did it say that?
I thought so.
We'll have to check.
I'll have to check that. Yeah. And I won 50 UPX right there.
You won the bet.
Yeah.
Or
it's brilliant though, because they're. I'm sorry, real quick. They're talking about an experience, right?
Yeah.
They're talking about this whole virtual experience and everything else. How are they going to deliver that? I mean, we might be seeing the first kind of Upland layer 2 experience dev shop models.
Yeah, that's what I said. They're going to have interactions level 2. There's going to be a little village of shops and whatnot. Yeah.
Don't go spending your money yet. Kenny might have you on a technicality. How about a hybrid release where, yes, the FIFA partnership mints up certain areas, but then they auction off some specific places to the community? Would that be considered?
It's still private. They're getting it first.
Yeah.
That would be second. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Shaki.
Well, I'm sorry. I thought they said they were going to have FIFA events, community challenges, and that the winners will receive properties. It's not being minted. Properties are given away as prizes. That is what I got out of it.
But but still nobody's it's still not public.
It's not an open city. No,
it's not an open city.
It won't be. I don't think it will be.
Everyone in the cafe disagreed with me, but hey.
Well, sometimes it's hard to read.
You just have to read the thing.
Yeah.
And Morecheeese, I'm going to be honest.
You get to go like this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I've got those articles ready to go next, so we'll just finish up on this one. It says fans will be able to complete collections which they can store in digital albums. The kinds of World Cup football-related collectibles will include the 32 country-specific team crest, boots, shirts, logos, posters, and mascots. So that's building on the NFLPA stuff.
That's so cool.
The completion of collections will add to each fan's scores, and prizes will be awarded to the highest scores over the tournament, with one of the prizes being the actual size stadium virtual property itself. What?
Wow.
What? Everybody go, what?
What?
Are you serious?
That is
What?
crazy.
What do you think about that, Costa? Would you like to own the stadium itself? Look at Dak. He's having a stroke.
How much is that going to cost me?
Well, it's going to be awarded for free.
Whatever it costs me, I'm going to go for it. No,
it's free.
No.
It's going to
It's
cost
You
me
got
a
to
lot
get
of
the
money.
fan score. You got to get
Yeah.
the fan score. Do you know
Ah,
how
yes,
much
yes,
people
yes.
have spent on NFLPA legits to get their fan score over 100,000?
Oh, yeah.
I missed that bit.
Yeah, so you have to buy the players, the mementos, and to reach that high score.
You got to go full on mementos, which is
I'm
$1,000 each.
I'm out of that race.
Oof. Yes. All right. I got a bit overly excited there. Apologies.
So Abdullah will own a stadium, and I think it'll be. I'm sorry.
I'm so
what
sorry.
else
Let me
can?
mute myself.
Sorry, Morecheeese. Didn't mean to make you crash.
You're 100% correct.
I mean, so there are going to be certain people that are going to try to manipulate. Now, I think what would be really interesting is for a collective to come together on this. UFL, the Upland Football League, and what Sergeant Loco is doing, maybe they can get together and find a way to buy this, buy the mementos and pool it all together to create one winner in that league kind of thing. So I think that there are options beyond Abdullah wins.
There is 100% options beyond Abdullah wins, because there are no whales in Upland besides Abdullah yet. There's some people that call themselves whales. I push back against it. We did that whole, what was it, bloated dolphins thing with our interview with Buck. Imagine a situation where you don't even have to imagine. This is going to get out into the public space. There you go. Jesus, put the bloated dolphins background up. So, we know this is getting more mainstream eyeballs. Abdullah's great. I love what he's done with what he's setting up to do in the game. I've had a little bit of personal communication with him. He seems like a great guy. But he's not the only big. You're talking World Cup. You're talking a whole different ball game. I don't think he's going to have this all to himself. I'm envisioning some true whale wars.
Well, remember what I said when Vox came? I said, these people in Vox are adult investors. These are the people dropping 5-6K for an avatar. So they're going to be like, oh, what, 1,000? That's nothing. Yeah, I'll buy a couple thousand worth of stuff and try it out. We're going to find people that are even bigger than that.
Yeah.
Well, and it's not just about one person. And yeah, Abdullah he's actually done a lot of great things, and he's really cool. And I think though that these are the kinds of opportunities where communities really need to start thinking about strategies. And someone was saying, "Oh, Shaq, you were saying we're one, right?" This is where people can be beyond their personal gains. I'm actually going to talk to Sergeant Loco and see if maybe we make a play for it, because I really like the idea of Upland Football League getting a soccer stadium, because that's what they're doing with the world of football, right? And so maybe we go in together and everybody's buying bits and pieces, and we then pool all of the fan points together.
Ooh, that's a good idea. UCC FIFA.
Absolutely.
Not UCC. Not UCC.
I know. I'm just kidding.
UFL.
She's stirring me up. Yeah, well,
I know.
Perhaps you can all speak to this too. I've mentioned about Upland to the people within my actual circle, my in real life circle, and they're like, "Oh, I don't know what that is. NFTs." There's no interest there. I'm projecting, but I imagine Abdullah is like that as well, where he could have these conversations with the people he knows, and they're like, "What are you doing with that?" But then he mentions, "Hang on a minute, now they've got to deal with FIFA and the World Cup." I don't know. What do you think, Costa? What does that signify?
I'm thinking, like any company to grow, needs like 20, 50, 100, Abdullah. Remember that people have made money in Upland is because of Abdullah. He's raised the price floor of Upland and making me sell my house. And Upland needs another 20. And with FIFA, nobody can say ever, but with FIFA, they should come in.
It's literally, I cannot think of a partnership that would be bigger.
The magnitude of this partnership is unbelievable, unthinkable. I'm just gobsmacked. I thought Porto FC was massive. I went, how did they get Porto?
Well, that's a good point. Like now that Porto has been established, like, and this is getting out in the soccer world, that's only a sign of things to come too.
Porto in Europe is probably it's not massive in football. Probably it's the 5th or 6th. There's Germany, France, England, Italy. I still went, how did that plan to get that deal? There's so many companies in Europe doing NFTs in football. And I went, how did they do that? I don't. And when FIFA came along, I went, what? No, I can't believe this.
Cheese?
Costa, did you see when Dirk went to Germany?
Yeah.
That, and then the guy who sent that to me? Was that you, Dak? You sent the talk on that because that was crazy. And then he found it from LinkedIn.
Yeah, and we were talking about earlier. If you follow Dirk on LinkedIn, you get a lot of really interesting information.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, because he posts the different meetings he goes to, the different shows he does. He talks about the different kind. I mean, follow Dirk on LinkedIn. It's the best way to learn about stuff. And I saw he was in a picture with the GM of one of the German teams. And they were at the stadium. And I'm like, I think I know which is the next international city. I was wrong.
You're wrong.
But I'm sure it's not.
I'm
sure it will be coming.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Can I say one thing? So if Upland didn't get the FIFA deal, by now, London would have been opened, Germany and Paris.
They've probably all been held off.
Everything's been held off. That's why Dirk has gone full on FIFA. And remember, in mid-December, FIFA will finish.
Then it will come
back from that. Positive.
It kind of points to Shaq's point that she raised at the start when we got talking, that this is Dirk's baby, and Dirk, he's out there. He's showing his baby pictures to the world, baby. He's a man on a mission.
Yeah.
And
Dirk and I and X-Game and Upland team need a lot of credit. And what I've seen recently, they get a lot of stick. They get like people saying 1,000 different types of ideas, but the guy delivered FIFA contracts. I mean, it's like hands up.
All right, so we'll dive into this a bit more. It says one potentially highly prized digital asset that will be part of the core game is the various video highlights. Yeah, we mentioned that. However, these will not be available via the Upland platform. Hang on, what? Is this where the portal comes in?
Right.
Oh, wait. Let me read that again. One person have price as the report of core game as a video holiday does not be available via. Oh, all right.
Now, does this point
say something about that?
Yep, go.
So Upland is a small company making a deal with FIFA, this massive worldwide first sport of the world. They can't get exclusivity on everything. So they have to give a lot. Dirk can't wait to sign. FIFA is going to say, no exclusivity. We can do whatever we want outside that plan. And that's the same with Ford, GM, Ferrari, any big company. You're too small. They got the upper hand. Make the deal, have the deal. But that's what I'm saying.
Well, Dak, is this the point that we were talking about? How can Upland handle it? Well, if they're not going to try to handle it, if they're going to take full advantage of portals and partnerships, the Omega-3 deal and that sort of thing. Is this the key?
So what will happen now, Upland will get capital ventures investors wanting to invest. Now, Dirk has got the thing, he can now decide where he's going to get the investment because he's made the deal with FIFA. It's just in dealing, you have to have something to play with. So he's got NFL, he's got FIFA, he's got Porto, and he will, he's got the upper hand. He'll a lot of people wanting to invest.
Yeah,
I will say that the portals, they do not mitigate the resource management that Upland will have to do for, because the portals mitigate the media content. So, for example, Upland won't have to worry about trying to have media files as what is it? What is the term? Blobs or something like that, right? Large digital objects on the blockchain and stuff, right? And so they won't have to use the CPU and RAM and processing for cataloging and managing these digital assets. They'll have them in a layer 2, which is good. But they still have to have a way to manage 6 million users and going from 30,000 daily active users to 100,000 daily active users.
Mm.
So I don't know if I'm right, but was Binance also involved with FIFA? Binance.
It was mentioned.
It was, wasn't it? So it's Binance.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see. So it says here, a multi-touch Web3 experience. Dirk Luth, the co-founder and CEO of Upland, had this to say on his company's involvement with the FIFA World Cup in Qatar. So from the man himself, in quotes, no other world competition unites countries and people worldwide quite like the FIFA World Cup. We're excited to create a multi-touch Web3 experience showcasing fun, innovation, entrepreneurialism, and community as the first of many opportunities in the future of FIFA World Cups, where fans can now collect, own, and share a real moment in history, end quote. Yep. Nice. Yeah, now you talked about, Costa talked about how like the different stats where crickets, the numbers of crickets in the billions or the true NFL and, that sort of stuff. So, yeah, this is going to open a gateway to, endless possibilities. And that's just from the sports side. Cheese and I have been talking on this show about fashion, food, entertainment, Cheese.
Yeah, exactly.
What kind of doorway do you think we're opening here?
I got distracted by coffee.
Yes.
MBE. Look at that beautiful cup.
Yay.
Oh, you can't really see it.
Nice.
It's all shiny.
That's my hint to move on. All right, let's look at prizes. As the Football World Cup culminates with the final on 18th of December 2022 and the winner becomes known, Upland will announce its first ever capital city for the winning nation, and Metaverse elements of the stadium, shop, showrooms and other properties will be, and here we go, Shaq, will be given away as prizes to the fans who manage to complete the most digital asset collections. Mm-hmm.
Did you read the part above too that said it's not going to be a standard city opening?
Was that in this?
Where'd you see that?
And so the capital, whoever wins the World Cup, their capital city is going to be released.
Yes.
What?
That's crazy. That's exciting.
There's only 6 teams that are going to win it. And it's Spain, Brazil, England, or Argentina.
Go Colombia.
France. It's like that's it.
Wow.
Well, what's the capital city of Brazil? Is it Rio?
It's Rio, but they can open Sao Paulo.
Yeah.
Or Brasilia. Okay. Sao Paulo. Yeah. Sao Paulo.
That's cool. All right, so let's follow up on what Shaq's mentioned there and see if we can find where that was actually said. So this was the article. It's in this one. Okay, great. So this is the Upland official one. Own official FIFA World Cup digital collectibles and videos, win grand prizes, complete
Alert
collection
from calendar.
albums.
UPX World Live Twitch.
Sorry.
All right. How's that?
She has a cool calendar reminder.
She does.
It's like, what is it? What's the one from Terminator? Starnet or something? No, not Starnet. What is it? It's become active, whatever it is. Show your colours, FIFA World Cup. Visit the World Cup Village, home of Lasai Stadium and official shops and showrooms all over Upland to buy outdoor property decor. That's interesting. Join the community, celebrate the world's biggest sports competition with your friends, the largest Metaverse community, and the FIFA World Cup fans around the world. I love that.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
I love that. The largest Metaverse community. Might have to get divorced from my old mate, Zuck.
That's it. It was a brief romance.
Yes.
All right.
So 22nd of November, France will be playing Australia. Ben?
Nice.
So,
well, you know what? I would have zero interest in the World Cup. I would put no time, effort, or energy. But now I might. Yeah, who knows?
It's
Imagine Australia pulls off the miracle.
I'll be.
You would have Australia on Upland sooner than you thought.
Yeah. Wow.
Everybody's going to mint Canberra, but nobody gives a F about Canberra. Yes.
Anything can happen.
Yes, we'll see. And here we've got some basic information cards, frequently asked, what are legits, what are essentials, what are passes, blah, blah, blah. What are spotlights, what is UpX? Join the conversation. So that one there didn't have it. I wonder if it's this one. So this is another article. This is about the referral competition they got going on. Bring friends, win big. FIFA World Cup Qatar 2022 referral challenge. With more than look at this, Chase. You got to read this one.
With more than 3 million registered users, Upland is not exactly a hidden gem anymore.
Yes.
But with the FIFA World Cup Qatar 2022 experiences about to launch in the Upland Metaverse, this is the perfect opportunity for new players to join, and we thought it would be fun to get our existing players in on this new chapter of Upland with FIFA World Cup Qatar. Oh, it's a referral challenge.
Yes, not a hidden gem anymore.
Wow. Yeah, that's awesome.
Sorry.
Go, Costa.
Another game, probably interesting for you guys. England, USA, Friday, 25th of November, 7 p.m. UK time.
Let's go England. I want England to open. Sorry, USA. We already got the USA.
I think you've had enough shine. Moving
exactly. On. Get out of here.
Leaderboard only scores new players who reach Upland status. At the end of the challenge, the top 100 players on the leaderboard will receive UpX and Spark. I do remember what Shaq said. I do remember reading that too. So I wonder where that was. Block Explorer giveaway. Who will be the top llama? I wonder if that's in the Upland, like in the Discord. Let's have a bit of a dig over there. So this was the original announcement. Light it up, Dan. Drop this one. So we can't hold back any longer. It's time to... Oh, my God, scrolling. It's time to announce that Upland and FIFA are officially launching, yada, yada, yada. I scroll with my arrows. It's better. This is a multi-year partnership. I like that too. That's good. It's not just a one and done thing. Upland football fans around the world have a whole new way. And who knows how this is going to impact, like with layer 2 and all of that sort of stuff as well. Like Costa said, it's here for a few months every 4 years, but obviously they're going to do a lot on the back end.
No, just one month. It's 1 month calendar.
Month.
That's it. And, yep.
Oh, this was interesting too. We haven't mentioned this too. The ambassador program. Anybody signing up for that?
It's too much work for me at the moment to talk to people. I don't even I don't know any outside people, but I definitely could do the inside the metaverse kind of advertising, but I have no time to walk people through it. I'll let other people win this.
Yeah. So what do you get? You get Upland swag, postcards, referral bonus, swag to give away, a badge in game, cool points. Yeah, that's not in there.
She posted the link in the comments section.
Let me go grab that. Good job, Shaki. Thank you for that.
Cool.
And assuming it's going to load. Ah, here we go. Take it away, Shaq.
At the beginning or the part that I'm hyper-focused on?
Oh, if you've got it up. Yeah, do you want to share screen on your end? That'd be better.
Oh, just... No. Okay. Well, hold on here.
Sorry, I'm throwing it to you.
I'm a noob. Share screen. Where's that? Oh, there it is. Share screen.
Big green button there.
Okay. That one.
I wonder why that article didn't come up when I was doing my clickety-clicking.
You know what? Oh, here we go. Okay. Oh, I can't do it. So
I'm going to do it.
Just pull the link up and scroll down to the part that says World Cup Village and other locations right there.
Okay.
Oh, can you see my screen?
I'm sharing right now.
Okay.
World Cup Village. Where is that? Oh, here goes. The World Cup Village and other locations. The World Cup Village in Upland, Qatar will welcome fans from all 32 countries and beyond. In the World Cup Village, players will visit Lusail Stadium and the 8 unique shops loaded with FIFA World Cup Qatar 2022 items for every match. Also, World Cup shops in 4 additional cities, including Rio, Detroit, wow, Los Angeles, and Queens, Dak, will offer unique items for those looking for a little FIFA World Cup Qatar 2022 excitement outside of Qatar. Note, Qatar is not a traditional city opening like we've seen with other upland cities. Properties will not be openly available for minting. However, the properties and structures, including the Lusail Stadium, will be awarded to players. Oh, Shaq, thank you.
There you go. Copy and paste and send that off to Kenny.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So I like that part too, where it mentions that those shops are going to be available in the other cities, and that perfectly answers what the Woodwork account was doing, jumping around, buying up property here, there, and everywhere. So, no, that's very cool. All right, I think we're just winding down on that. Maybe we'll go around and just everybody can chime in with how they feel in wrapping up and what are you looking forward to, where do we go from here and that sort of thing. Dak, do you want to go first?
Well, Upland is going to blow up. They're going to have a lot of people. People are, players and OGs are going to have to be a little patient as they go through their growing pains. But we cannot complain that Upland has done poor marketing. They hit a home run or
your microphone wigged out. It couldn't handle it. Yeah,
I'm glad because you probably didn't want to hear that.
Aww.
Well, what was last week's episode titled, Cheese, of the show we did? The Metaverse Explodes. There you go.
In a good way.
All right. Shaq?
Well, like I told Dak right before we came on, this is bigger than baseball and better than apple pie. This is good.
You made me want some apple pie.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I know it's blasphemy. I think that Upland is preparing. We're on a launch pad and we are about to take off. And I don't know if you guys noticed on Twitter the other day, Danny Brown Wolf posted in response to an Upland player who was complaining. In her response, it said that Upland is planning to release 10 new Metaventures per week. And to me, it all speaks to a vision. They are planning on hugeness. So I just think this is huge. And that's all I can say is I'm excited.
it's Cheese and I can speak to that. You know, we submitted an outdoor decor Halloween item. What was it, a month and a half before Halloween?
Yeah.
And it still is in the approval process.
Yes.
So there's a lot of work to be done on the back end before they can get. It depends. If you're talking about user-generated content, yeah, there's a hell of a lot of work to do before they can push out those numbers. But if it's, if it's resale shops and that sort of thing, yeah, it's super exciting.
Yeah.
All right, Costa, what's your last take?
My last thing is the only reason I'm here, and I'm not even sure how I got here.
Well, you were proactive. You reached out.
No,
you reached out.
I'm here by luck, or I'm here by FIFA. So FIFA has somehow pulled me in. You guys, I got lucky. Thank you, FIFA.
Aw,
I don't know about that. You made your own luck.
Yeah, I see.
I'm happy to be here. You guys are good guys, and thank you. Always seen every single show of yours, the whole hour and half, and funny as well. Just really good. Thank you.
It's so nice to meet you, and I'm glad you joined us because you are the expert.
No, I can't believe I'm here. It's like you could make a movie about this. It's like these famous YouTubers, and then this guy that has never been on a YouTube thing, doesn't even know how to change names on Discord, how to log into Discord. Ben helped me how to do and I'm here.
Maybe this will be your inspiration. We look forward to the Costa YouTube channel where you can dive into all of the cool stuff that's coming.
Costa's
probably could do day 1 football, day 2, day 3.
I would love that.
2 minutes of what's going on.
That would be a huge market, Costa, because you have people coming from the US. A lot of them don't know. I know there are a good amount of people that do, but there's people from all over the place that don't know. I would appreciate a show that gave kind of the coming ups and news and events.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, hey.
A little,
that's why Sorry.
I was just going to say a little speculation on mementos and things to look for in the games that are coming up, because there's a lot of players who are going to want to get in on all of this action, but they won't know. With the NFLPA legits, all the Europeans are like, I don't know who the football players are. Who do I pick?
I bought loads of NFL players. I've got no clue. So I stuck with the Chiefs. I did a bit of research. I went, all right, full on Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes, Kels, and I know probably the whole team of Chiefs. But I focused on one team only. That's it.
You know how
you could do that where you could provide information for all the people who don't know the soccer players.
That's what I was just saying, Dak.
No problem.
Just reiterating.
But I said it.
Oh, sorry.
No, you didn't. You repeated me, you bastard. So I was saying the way I learned NFLPA, NFL was to make bets, real money bets. When I lived in New York, it was illegal, but now in Phoenix, I'm able to bet on anything I want, and it's crazy. And the best way to do it is to do a parlay. You get specific players from the team to score a certain amount or do a certain amount of runs and stuff I didn't even know. And now I'm like a freaking expert on it and whatnot. Oh my God, it's great.
No gambling advice.
I love gambling.
No.
I love gambling.
Careful.
Gambling is great. It's amazing. Everybody should gamble.
Only play what you can.
Gamble the life savings, bet your house on it.
Yeah,
we've got a disclaimer. We've got a disclaimer at the start of the show.
This is not financial advice.
Yeah,
it's all good. All right, Cheezels, what's your whole take on this as a bit of a synopsis?
I told you so. I love it. I love being right. I love all of it. I love the fact that I said, even in the cafe, there's going to be something big that brings a whole crap load of people into the game. There's going to be some sort of marketing or partnership thing. Now is the time to get whatever you want to get, do whatever you want to do before it gets crazy in a good way. I still think we have a couple more months, but once the new year is here, forget it. It's going to be like an Upland we've never seen before. We don't recognize. It's going to be amazing.
Yeah. Well, take a look back to a year ago. You know, us as a community, like Upland Development United, we were well established. We were busy constructing. The Upland community as itself was still very small. There wasn't a lot happening. Fast forward to now, it's a completely different. It's a different community. It's a different game. It's a different vibe. Yeah, you're right, Cheese. If we fast forward to this time next year, I don't think we can even begin to imagine.
Not even in a
where we're
year.
gonna be at.
I think a few months, to be honest, at most.
Yeah. So I guess my take on the whole thing is, look, I have been a huge whiner. It was the whole inspiration for this show. I'll have to look back in our DMs, Cheese. One day I just noticed that I was constantly whining to Cheese about Upland, and I thought, well, there's a tagline in there for a show, Whine and Cheese. So yeah. I've been a huge whiner for a long time, but I have to give massive, massive props to Dirk, Idan, X1, the entire team. You know, I am famously not a butt kisser, but I'm going to bend over and plan a big one at the moment because, yeah, it doesn't get bigger than FIFA. It really doesn't in the World Cup. So for the whole team to pull that off, yeah, it's huge. And yes, I just can't wait to see where this all goes. So we got some bonbons cracking off in the Zoom.
No complaining, no moaning.
Oh, I'm still going to whine. That's my MO. But yeah, you got to give props where props is due. So, and Cheese and Dak are having a emoji war. So I think that means it's time to get us out of here, Cheese.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Oh, thank you for coming on. This was fun.
Thank you.
This was a lot of fun.
All the way from Europe.
All the way from
Thank you, Ben and Cheese. Thank you.
No worries.
All right.
Stay fresh, cheese bags.
Are you looking for some of that quality outdoor decor? But you got no freaking idea where to go? Oh, come on over to Samurai Aquatics and Decor for all your outdoor decor needs. Got yourself an empty plot of boring virtual real estate in the Metaverse, do you? Yeah, just delete that. I'm still not ready, sorry. Got yourself an empty plot of boring virtual real estate in the Metaverse, do you? Or maybe some kind of crappy ramshackle building that, I don't know, needs a bit of extra spunk to it or something. And stop mucking about and get yourself over to Samurai Aquatics Discord to see all our available stock. We've got loads of different decor to spend your pretend money on. We got saunas to fire you up, and ice baths to chew you the fudge out. Literally stock coming out of our ears. Grills, swings, seating, and more. So much more. And if we don't got it, give us a buzz, and we could probably make it. Get yourself on over to Samurai Aquatics at 30 Aqua Vista Way in Midtown Terrace, San Francisco, lickety split, and gorge yourself on outdoor decor.
Go ahead, get your pinky up. Talk wine and cheese, motherfucker. Go ahead, get your pinky up. Go ahead, get your pinky up. Go ahead, get your pinky up. Talk wine and cheese, motherfucker. Go ahead, get your pinky up. Go ahead, get your pinky up.
Eagle Empire, samurai, riding on the dingo, flying through the sky. Cheese in the house, get active right. Hit you with the hairbrush, hit you with the knife. Eagle Empire, samurai, riding on the dingo, flying through the sky. Hit you with the knife, flying through the sky. Eagle Empire, samurai, riding on the dingo, flying through the sky. Cheese in the house, get active right. Hit you with the hairbrush, hit you with the knife. Eagle Empire, samurai, riding on the dingo, flying through the sky. Hit you with the knife, flying through the sky.